The story starts with a guy who gets a phone call from his mum inviting him to a birthday party, but the guy refuses, saying that he has already arranged to meet his friends. As he's walking along, a man walks up to him and they bump shoulders. The man insulted him, calling him a stupid idiot. The hero continues walking, thinking of an idea for a gift. Suddenly, the ground starts to shake and all the people look around, wondering what it was. Lightning strikes the ground and all the people make faces in fear. Suddenly, a pole explodes in the middle of the street, and like a chain reaction, the impact hits all the nearby cars. Lightning strikes the building, and shards start falling on the car. Meanwhile, some more lightning strikes the ground, and chaos reigns. The guy runs away, trying to save himself. He shouts to the woman to run for cover, but she is hit by a medical car. The guy doesn't realize what's happening. Turning around, he sees a lorry coming at him. One moment, and it will run him over. But the guy's face starts to distort, and he is transported to another world in the form of falling lightning. He wakes up completely naked in an unknown place, not understanding how he survived. The guy hears rustles and sees 2 moons with unknown birds in the sky. The guy looks around and finds himself surrounded by trees and forest. Suddenly, he sees a bear being attacked by wolves and goes into a state of shock. Upon waking up, he sees a doctor in front of him, telling him everything the guy told him. The guy is puzzled. However, the doctor asks him how he managed to get back from that planet, to which the guy starts to remember the continuation of the scene with the bear fighting with a pack of wolves. Defeated, the bear falls down, and the pack of wolves starts eating his remains. The guy is scared and notices a pup of one of the wolves behind him. He runs away and increases his build skill by 1, but trips over a rock and falls down. The guy wonders what those sounds are that he hears now, but realizes that he is now somewhere deep in the forest. The guy finds a seemingly edible berry and wonders if he can eat it. He sees ants eating the same berry and decides to eat it. Suddenly, he hears a strange sound like someone sneaking around. It turns out to be a giant snake which pounces on him at the same second. The guy is shocked, but the giant toad intercepts the snake and eats it. The hero is in shock, seeing everything happening. His eyes close and he falls into sleep. Meanwhile, on the 67th day of his journey to this strange place, the hero sits in a tree while a pack of wolves wait for him below. The hero was worried that they might catch him at any moment, so he hid in the tree. But it turned out that wolves are not the only danger in this forest, and the hero urgently needed to find a safe place. 1 year passed. The hero sits in a tree where giant bananas grow and breaks off 1 banana, and thus increases his attribute, strength, by 1 level. He is holding a giant banana in his hands and breaks it off to eventually eat it. The wolf pup was sitting below, watching the hero. Suddenly a spit falls on the hero and it turns out to be a giant gorilla. The gorilla attacks the hero, but the bent branch does not hold the weight of the gorilla, and the gorilla falls down directly on the wolf pup. But the pup is thrown aside by the impact of the gorilla's fall and survives. The gorilla notices the puppy bleeding and decides to attack it. It swings and hits the ground. The puppy miraculously survives because it is thrown aside. Meanwhile, the gorilla is attacked from behind by the hero and gouges out his eye. The gorilla throws the hero sideways into a tree. The last thing the hero sees is a huge gorilla coming at him. He says it was stupid to get on him, and at this point, the doctor asks him why he did it. He says that he didn't want more battles and fighting for territory, and that constant running away wouldn't have solved anything. For wherever he went, there was always the ruler of the land. The hero is back in that scene, and now wolves pounce on the gorilla that is heading towards him. The hero is surprised and faints under the guise of fighting animals. He says that he was very surprised that the wolves didn't hurt him. It must be because they thought that the hero saved the white wolf cub who had injured his paw. That wolf cub was actually the son of the leader of the wolf pack. It was the second year, and now the hero was accepted into the wolf pack. It was the 31st year, and he was still in the forest. He was still being attacked by giant beasts. In fact, the hero has no idea how to get out of this place, not finding any civilization. He joined the wolves and continued to fight for territory, for the survival of his pack, and continued to hunt other beasts. 120 years passed, and it turned out that he was the only man on this planet. In the endless battles, he gained many furry friends and lost many. The hero lost count. It seemed to him that hundreds of years had passed, but how did he stay alive? The doctor asks why he has not found a hint of civilization, and how he managed to get back to Earth, to which the hero replies that on one regular day of fighting for territory on a hill under the moonlight, he started a battle with gorillas. A pack of wolves along with the hero against the gorillas started fighting, and the hero pulled out his sword heading towards the gorilla. Jumping, he hit a red beam that distorted and created an explosion. Meanwhile, in the city where there was an earthquake and all the buildings were half broken, a girl with a device accompanied by soldiers told them to follow. It turned out she was a captain and said that the spatial energy in this place is off the scale as the device behaves strangely. Another man instructed them to quickly report the coordinates to the portal control team. Suddenly, there is a flash of red energy which apparently opens a portal. All three run back to take cover, but the portal opens and the girl prepares to fight standing in a fighting stance. She shouts to her charges to run, and that this will buy them time. The others call for help. A red flash of explosion hits the girl, and she prepares to strike, but a silhouette of a man is seen in the shadows, and the girl is shocked. Her body can't move, and she only has to watch as the man from the shadows pounces on her, but he is just thrown forward and falls to the ground, completely naked. The two men are surprised that such a strong energy is caused by an ordinary man. The girl is surprised at the force produced and that she has not felt such a strong pressure even from high-level dungeons. She wonders who this guy is and shouts a stand down to her squad, giving orders to call an ambulance for the returned man. Once at the hospital, the doctor thanks the hero for everything, showing him a tape recorder and saying that he'll pass all the readings and examination results to the Awakened Bureau, noting that the hero is in excellent condition and that he'll be discharged soon. The hero calls the doctor Dr. Boldy for a moment. The doctor looks around. The hero thanks the doctor for listening, noting that he is the first person in 1,000 years to talk to him. The doctor responds by telling him that they should be the ones thanking him for sharing such valuable information. Meanwhile, at the Awakening Bureau, the girl captain questions the accuracy of the information. The man asks what's wrong, and the girl points out that the chart says that the hero has an F rank, to which the man replies that he is indeed a rare F rank patient, and that if he were an E rank patient, he could get disability benefits from the government. The hero's name is Park Soo-ho, and that an F rank means he's a normal person. The girl wonders how he was able to pass through the portal and asks if the information is correct. The man replies that he must have been lucky to stumble upon the returned stone or he was hiding. The man receives a report from the doctor at the hospital and offers the girl to take a look at it. It says that the hero has a cognitive behavioural disorder and that he looks as if he has trapped himself in his imagination, and that most likely due to the enormous stress, he is confusing imagination with reality, and notes that this disorder is common among F-rank returnees. The girl thinks for a second about the lines where it is written that he behaves like a wolf and remembers the first moments when she saw him. The girl asks the captain if these are really the papers of a returnee, to which the captain nods and says that they should still treat him as a returnee, and asks permission to bring them to him personally to verify what she has seen. Meanwhile, it's been 2 weeks since the hero came back. He wanted to come back more than anything, but now the real world seems alien to him. He wonders what to do now. A nurse comes in with breakfast, and the hero decides to have a good breakfast first. A policewoman bursts in and introduces herself as Choi Soo-yeon. The hero gets out of bed and sniffs the girl, noting that her scent seems familiar to him. She replies that she is the first person he has seen since he returned. The girl notes in her mind that he definitely felt like a predator, but now everything is different, and doubts his sensory abilities. After breakfast, the hero sits on the bed and asks the girl what the Awakened Bureau is, to which the girl replies that he is making conversation informally. The hero replies that he is 1,000 years older than her, to which the girl turns away, remembering that he is a patient. She tells him that the Awakening Bureau is a government organisation that helps returnees like him to adapt to society. The girl gives him some materials that he has to sign and asks him to read them carefully, but before doing so, she asks him to sign and agree to the dissemination of her information,